Hello, today we are going to talk about and read on about landmarks in our Midwest region packet. So if you could pull the Midwest region packet out and turn to the landmarks page, which is on page 4, and then your question page, which would be just, I guess that's on the back of page 2. And that is the middle section landmarks that you can see on my screen. So as we've done, we will go through the questions and answer true or false in the before column to see what you think prior to us reading, and then we'll go back and then we'll answer true or false in the after column after we've had a chance to read on landmarks and see if we were correct or not. Again, there's no right or wrong answer on the before. That's just what you think prior to reading. Okay, so we're on landmarks. First question, true or false, it's true or false. It's the before column. Chicago, Illinois is an important city because of its location near waterways. True or false? What do you think? And again, throughout this section, like always, if you need extra time, please feel free to pause. And then you can start back up again if I'm going too quickly. Number 2, the Mall of America has more than 520 stores, 50 restaurants, 14 movie theaters, and an amusement park. True or false? What do you think? Number 3, Crazy Horse Memorial is a statue that honors a famous racing horse. True or false? In the before column only. Okay, now we'll start with number 1. The faces of which presidents are carved into Mount Rushmore? Let me reread that question. I think I missed a word. The faces of which presidents are carved into Mount Rushmore? Okay, and we'll turn your page. Number 2, what is a transportation hub? So we'll listen for that while we're reading. What is a transportation hub? And number 3, what landmark would you like to visit in the Midwest and why? So that's not going to be a right or wrong answer. That would just be your opinion on what landmark you would like to visit. What sounds interesting to you after we read about these landmarks? Where would you like to potentially visit someday? Okay, so now we'll go to the packet, pull out the Midwest region article, and go to the landmarks page. There we go. Scroll up a little bit. Landmarks. Chicago, Illinois is the biggest city in the Midwest. Willis Tower, the country's tallest building, is in Chicago. Chicago is an important center for businesses, manufacturing, and transportation because of its location near waterways. Chicago has always been a transportation hub or a center for moving goods and people. Railroads, highways, airports, rivers, and lakes move more people and goods into and out of Chicago than any other city. Chicago's O'Hare International Airport is one of the United States' busiest airports. About 200,000 people pass through O'Hare each day. That adds up to 73 million airplane passengers a year. O'Hare International Airport employs 50,000 workers. Okay. All right, let's look at the first picture. Mine's in black and white, so it's honestly a little bit hard to see what that is on the left. Let's read about it, and that'll tell me what's in the picture. Minnesota's Mall of America. All right, so it must be a picture of maybe the inside of the mall. Minnesota's Mall of America. America is the largest indoor shopping mall in the United States. The Mall of America has more than 520 stores. If you spent just 10 minutes in each store, that would take you 4 days and 3 nights to visit all of them. The Mall of America also has 50 restaurants, 14 movie theaters, and an amusement park. Maybe that's an image of the amusement park, actually, inside the mall. Okay, next image is St. Louis. That is the arch. St. Louis, Missouri is called the gateway to the West. Pioneers started their journey by heading west from St. Louis. The Gateway Arch in St. Louis was built to honor those pioneers. Made of gleaming stainless steel, the arch rises 630 feet above the Mississippi River. Visitors can take a ride tram to the top. You can go to the very top of that. Next one. This is an image of the monuments. 2 huge monuments are carved into the Bank Hills of South Dakota. The first is Mount Rushmore National Monument. It shows the faces of 4 American presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Each head is 60 feet tall. And the last one there, the second monument honors the, what is that? Lakota Indian chief named Crazy Horse. Crazy Horse was a Native American leader of the Lakota tribe. The face is 87 feet tall. It is still being carved into the Black Hills. When it is finished, Crazy Horse Memorial will be the world's largest statue, 563 feet tall. And that's all on landmarks. Okay, let's go back to the landmark questions and see what we can answer now that we've read about landmarks. Let me scroll. Find landmarks. There we go. Okay, now after reading, how would you answer? So now you're going to answer again in the column that says after. And you can compare your answer to the before column to see if you were correct or not. Chicago, Illinois is an important city because of its location near waterways. True or false? The Mall of America has more than 520 stores, 50 restaurants, 14 movie theaters, and an amusement park. True or false? 3, Crazy Horse Memorial is a statue that honors a famous racing horse. Talk about a racing horse. True or false? And again, when I get to these other questions as well, feel free to pause if you need additional time to answer. The faces, number 1, the faces of which presidents are carved into Mount Rushmore? Which faces? I'll give you a hint. There are 4. The faces of which presidents are carved into Mount Rushmore? You need to go ahead and pause, and then you can answer those. And number 2. Hold on. I might be on the wrong one. Landmarks. What is a transportation hub? What is a transportation hub? And then the last question in the landmark section, number 3, what landmark would you like to visit in the Midwest and why? So what is of interest to you possibly if you could visit somewhere in the Midwest, one of those landmarks where you see the images, which one would you like to visit and why would you? Okay, that sums up landmarks.